Jade Ashley, and I'm back for a new video of When the Beat Drops. And like always, I'm here to give you my 5 hottest beats and music of this week, so you have to stay tuned for more. Okay guys, so let's dive into this week's beats. So my first beat of this week, I have to talk about new music right off the bat. That's one of my favorite things to do. And new music from this week is coming from Teyana Taylor. The last time I spoke about Teyana Taylor, I think was back in November when her debut album 7 dropped. And now she has a new project out. This week she released a new mixtape called the Cassette Tape 1994. And by the sound of it, you can tell that it's 90s inspired music. A lot of the times that I've seen Teyana within the last couple of months, she had like the whole finger waves, even her wardrobe. I know that when she did the festival stage at Summer Jam, she even had, I think it was like 2 members of not Escape, Kima and Pam, the group Total. Yeah, she had 2 members of Total perform with her at Summer Jam here in New Jersey, New York, the tri-state area. So she's been like on this whole 90s vibe thing. So it's like you kind of felt and knew from the title, and if you were like watching her, you knew that she was about to give you that real like 90s feel. And there's so many people that I see, they be like, yeah, the 90s was the best era for like R&B and hip-hop and stuff. So I was all the way here for it. So I just want to go through her new mixtape, talk about it. It's going to be a very short review, and I say very short because it's only 5 tracks in total. So the first track on the mixtape is Your Wish Is My Command, which is the intro. So what I like about Teyana Taylor's music is that when she does like her hooks and she does like her choruses and stuff like that, she does it to where it's like catchy and you understand it and you want to sing it. Like you have to listen to it probably, like you'll get it in that first try, like when you first hear it, but by the second time you hear that song, you already singing it. So Your Wish Is My Command is definitely when you listen to the chorus that you'll get it. And the second one is Tonight. Now Tonight is a sample of Tony Tone's classic song Anniversary, and I love that song. That is my favorite out of the 5.
Do you know what today is? Tonight's our anniversary. It's about you and me.
Y'all know I can't sing, but I absolutely love that. And one thing that I admired about Teyana and I learned about her from her album 7 is that she gives you like that real R&B feel. Not only like does the music feel, but like her voice. So with that, by her like taking a classic R&B song from the 90s and sampling it and making it her own, I was like, yes, like definitely if it's any song, like I want y'all to listen to the entire mixtape, but for sure, mark my words when I tell you Tonight, the best song on the entire mixtape, without a doubt. So the third track on the mixtape is a song called Undercover. And Undercover is sampled by Bell Biv DeVoe's BBD's song Poison. So of course right off the bat, by that being the sample of the song, that it's a dance track, something that you could dance to. So, and we all know Teyana is an amazing dancer. And speaking of dancing, that she's on the One Hell of a Night tour, headlined by Chris Brown, featuring French Montana, and a whole bunch of other people. So I actually don't have tickets to that show, but just knowing Teyana, I know she's on that tour right now, killing it. And I could just imagine her and her dancers just having like this amazing choreography to go Undercover. So if anybody out there who's watching this that might have went to the shows and stuff like that and you saw Teyana, maybe you can comment below, let me know how it went. In my mind, knowing the type of artist that she is, I know she killed it. So maybe somebody could co-sign and let me know I ain't crazy and I know that she out there killing it. Definitely will Undercover when it comes to the dancing. The fourth one is Who's Gonna Make It Home, and that is another slow track, reminiscent of like the first and second tracks. Those are like the slow R&B soothing. I had mentioned before when I did the album review back in November for her album 7, I had said, this is something that when you just trying to chill, when you trying to lay out to, when you trying to vibe, she does a great job at that. She gives you like real R&B, like I stated before. So that's another real smooth R&B reminiscent. I'm doing this you know, because that's what I feel and that's what I think when I listen to Teyana's music. So, and then the last one, which is number 5, Touch Me. Now that's not really like an entire song, that's more like an outro, but it kind of starts off with the Grace Jones skit, you know, Strange. If you guys know the classic movie Boomerang, y'all know Boomerang. So y'all know the scene in Boomerang when Strange, I'm not gonna say Grace Jones because in the movie she was Strange, so she was at the table with Marcus and they was doing that little business meeting, Marcus aka Eddie Murphy, and they was doing that little business meeting thing, and I'm not gonna say what she was shouting, but y'all know she was mad because Marcus didn't want to, you know, with her, so she started screaming and embarrassing him in the in the restaurant. So that whole little skit and stuff or whatever is the intro to Touch Me, and Touch Me of course as a whole is an outro to the entire mixtape. So this is something that I definitely recommend. I say this all the time, I feel like Teyana Taylor is definitely slept on, and I feel like it's not fair. I tweeted this earlier. I feel like it's not fair and it's not fun that she is somebody who is literally extremely talented. We talk about, oh my gosh, is, you know, lack of talent out here in the industry. Meanwhile, we know somebody who's been in this industry for a couple of years now. Yes, we were introduced to her on my Super Sweet 16, but the simple fact of the matter is that this girl has the talent. Like, she has the voice, she has the total package, and she's just slept on, and she's out here making amazing music. So I need you guys to sit here, and you can actually, the mixtape was released on mymixtapes.com. So what I'll do is I'll leave the link below so you guys can actually check out the mixtape for yourself. When I tell you, if you are in love with 90s R&B and you miss that 90s R&B feel, you will definitely get it with this mixtape. Please mark my words, because I'm not sitting here trying to bullshit y'all. I'm dead ass with that, okay? So that is my first beat of this week, and now we're gonna move on to my second beat of this week, and this is a little bit overdue. So I feel like I haven't done a winter beat drops video in a while. It's been like maybe 2, it's going on like a good 3 weeks. So you guys know that I had recently went on vacation, and if you don't know, I'll be sure to link it right here. I actually did a vlog for the vacation, so you can check it out if you missed it. So while I was on vacation, I actually missed Straight Outta Compton when it first came out on August 14th. So I've seen everybody talking about the movie like when I got back home, and everybody was like, nah, that's the best movie of the year. If you ain't see it, you gotta go see it. I seen so many celebrities like co-signing, so I was like, nah, I gotta go see this movie. And I had talked about it, I believe, in my last video, and I said I'm gonna go see it, so I had to go see it. So I didn't see it the week that it came out for me to talk about it in time to be caught up with everyone else. But you know what? This is my show. I'm gonna get my thoughts on it. So it was a week late, and probably when you see this, it'll be like 2 weeks or something like that. But yeah, so Straight Outta Compton, I just want to talk about what I thought about the movie, and then some of the effects of the movie being released. So first things first, absolutely love the movie. I didn't know what to expect in it. I was born in 1994, so when, you know, N.W.A was together, they was like a well-established group, like all of this stuff, you know. I came like mid-90s basically, yeah. So, and they started like late 80s. So, you know, there's some things that I knew, some things that I didn't know. And like I always say, when I see like, you know, movies or like television specials, you know, I don't know everything, so I always look at it as a learning experience. So I was able to learn actually like the origins of how N.W.A started, and then of course I was able to like kind of understand as to what was going on around that time. Now, I knew, but I didn't know, because technically at the time I was like a little kid, and of course you grow up and you hear about what was going on in the industry during the 90s and stuff with the beefs and all of this other crap, but you really don't understand. So you have to, when you get that visual and you get the understanding and stuff like that, and you know it's basically a lot of truth to this movie, because they had the involvement of like Dr. Dre, they had the involvement of like Ice Cube and stuff, like people that were like a part of the actual, obviously, real N.W.A. Those are 2 real life members that's still alive. So yeah, so I really enjoyed, you know, just the whole storytelling behind it, and how, you know, they told that, you know, Ice Cube, he's the lyricist of the group, hands down. He used to write raps for other people and stuff like that. At first, when they started linking up together, you know, he was committed to another group, so he couldn't be a part. But eventually, you know, with Eazy-E and his money, they kind of like pushed him to the forefront to, like, you know, be the star of the whole thing. You know, Dr. Dre, of course, with his whole producing and the whole DJing and, you know, just all of it. And it kind of just grew into this amazing thing. So just to see like the rise, the fall, and, you know, just the accomplishments that the group, you know, kind of did. Like, I just loved everything about it. It was intriguing. It was funny. You know, it had its sad moments. But I felt like it was an amazing film, honestly. So when I left the movie theater, I remember saying that movie was great and definitely believe the hype. Because sometimes you don't want to believe the hype, but the hype around that movie, definitely everything that everybody said. So it was an amazing film. I absolutely loved it. Now I kind of want to talk about, like, I guess the effects of what happened when the film like kind of came out. So I actually saw this before I actually saw the film for myself, but I remember going on like the like, you know, regular websites like I go all the time and stuff, and I remember seeing people talk about Eazy-E, his daughter Erin. Now I remember his daughter Erin from she had an episode on My Super Sweet 16 many years ago. I think this was before I was probably like in junior high school or something when her My Super Sweet 16 episode came on. So I knew about his daughter Erin, and she had a couple of tweets, and I'll actually read the tweets to you guys. And she had tweeted on her Twitter. She had said the entire No Vaseline record was played, but not one snippet of Real Mother and G's. You gotta show the get back of the main man, #Eazy. And she's talking about like the whole diss track situation that was going on back and forth between N.W.A. and Ice Cube in that movie. It was a good part though. And then she said, how about Eazy finding Bone Thugs after Cube and Dre left? Bone Thugs was one of the biggest groups of all time. All in all, I'm still happy. Go see straight Outta Compton and then sit tight and wait for the documentary, A Ruthless Scandal, No More Lies. So basically, when I saw those tweets and when like blogs were posting it, they were basically, you know, giving us the impression that his daughter was like not satisfied with the movies and stuff. Like, yeah, they forgot to put this, they didn't put that, but don't worry because I'm making my own documentary. So then she reposted the tweets that the blogs was posting, and she made, like, she wanted to clarify or clear up what she was saying. So she took to her Instagram and she said, just to make it clear that I am in full support of the movie, always have been, love all of the actors, and I'm extremely proud. If you read all of my interviews, I constantly speak on how I'm most excited from my generation, especially to get the knowledge about what Eazy-E and N.W.A. made possible for artists of today and how they influence not only music but our culture. I simply spoke on a lot of my father's accomplishments that were left out of his story, and pivotal movements such as my dad and Dre's beef, as well as showing Bone Thugs playing Crossroads after his passing. That would have made straight Outta Compton an even better film than it already is. Dr. Dre, Ice Cube, and F. Gary Gray did a great job and showed my father in the best way that they could to their ability. As far as who didn't and never kept my father's legacy alive in the right way, that would be Tamika Woods. And if you watch the movie, Tamika Woods was the last person that Eazy-E was with when he passed away from AIDS. And then it said, but once again, we'll touch on all of those things in my documentary, A Ruthless Scandal, No More Lies. Rest in peace, Eazy-E. Now go support the film. So basically, she was saying that they showed certain things, but they didn't show the effect of certain things. And she felt like, if you're going to show this, you have to show that. But I remember when F. Gary Gray and Ice Cube went to the Breakfast Club and they talked about the film when they was promoting it. They talked about that there's so much that they could not put in the film, and that the movie was so long. And the movie was long because I walked out of the movie theaters at 1 o'clock in the morning. So that was a long ass movie. So he talked about how long the movie was and how they could only put so many things within the film. So I mean, I understand that, you know, she as Eazy-E's daughter, she's like, you're gonna show my father this way, but you need to show it that way. But at the same time, I feel like she kind of needs to understand, like, okay, yeah, it's not enough time, and obviously her father was the main, like, obviously the main character of the film and stuff. But then, you know, this is only a lead way for her to do her documentary on her father and, you know, show the things that was not shown. So that was just I guess like a little misunderstanding. But like she said, she has always been in support of the film. She loved every, you know, actor that was a part of it. Of course, you know, her and Ice Cube's, his son, O'Shea Jackson Jr., who did an amazing job playing his father. They have like a close relationship. You know, I've seen her at parties with the cast and stuff. So, you know, sometimes blogs tend to just blow things out of proportion and stuff like that. So another effect of the Straight Outta Compton film coming out was Dr. Dre being accused, I will say allegedly, because, you know, like I said, around this time I was a child and I was not even there. So yeah, so as soon as the movie starts coming out and, you know, starts doing good, you know, the movie was #1 2 weekends in a row, and it might be 3 weekends, you know, this is still a weekend, so we'll find out. But so far the movie was #1 2 weekends in a row. And then with the success of the movie, here come females, well, yeah, I ain't showed a part when Dre beat me. It's like, okay, I can't say Dre beat y'all or not, whatever. This is not my first time hearing that, you know, Dr. Dre had beat somebody. But it's like, yo, seriously, they're trying to, like, you know, pay tribute, legacy to something that they've done, like music history. And you worried about you not being shown getting your ass beat on camera. I'm sorry, but I wouldn't want that to be in nobody's movie. Nobody gonna see somebody, not me personally, maybe not me personally being on screen, but they not about to have somebody act like me so everybody can know I got my ass beat. Now, I mean, there's so many other opportunities prior to this movie coming out. If y'all want to speak, come on, Dre has had so many, like, it's not a time that I don't remember not hearing about Dr. Dre. Like, whether it was with music, Beats by Dre, like he just sold not too long ago Beats by Dre to Apple, so he has like a staple like an Apple. Like, it's just so many other times, and when they're kind of like paying tribute and putting light on something, history that they made musically, you want to know why they didn't show him beating your ass, basically. And then eventually, you know, in the New York Times, Dr. Dre, he made his statement and said, look, whoever I may have hurt in the past, I'm sorry. Back then I wasn't always a good guy. I apologize. I've been married for, I think he said, like 19 years. I have a loving wife, you know, loving person I became, all that good stuff. He just had to apologize because they were kind of like messing up the flow of the success of the movie because they just mad because nobody saw them getting their ass beat in the movie. Whatever. And one of the persons, I think the lady that kind of like started the whole thing, was an author by the name of D. Barnes. Me personally, I don't know her, but another person had commented on it was Michel'le, and we know Michel'le from R&B Divas LA. And even after Dr. Dre made his apology in the New York Times, she said, I don't really think it's a sincere apology. I didn't ask for a public apology, and I think if he is going to apologize, he should do it individually. Treat us like we have names. So, I mean, look, this is not the first time we heard Michel'le talk about Dr. Dre beating her ass. But look, I mean, I feel bad because I don't condone like violence, especially domestic violence. But look, man, Straight Outta Compton was dope. That's all I have to say. And yeah, that's it. So if you guys didn't see it yet, definitely go see it. And if you guys did see it, comment below and let me know, what did you think about the film? I thought it was dope. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you think it was okay? Did you not really believe the hype? Do you think it didn't live up to the hype? Just let me know what you think. I thought it was dope. It lived up to the hype. I might actually go see it again before it goes out of theaters. I don't know. But yeah. So moving on to my third beat of this week. Now, I don't really have a structure for this beat, but I felt like it was important to me as a lover of music to make this a topic. So this past week was the 14th anniversary of the death of Aaliyah. If you guys did not know, she passed away on August 25th, 2001. And that was the first, I would say that was like one of the first deaths. Like, okay, 2001, if whoever's watching this, who knows me personally, like knows me in real life, you know 2001 was absolutely, you know, one of the worst years ever in my life. So she lost her life, of course we know, in a plane crash on her way from the Bahamas back here to the States after shooting her music video Rock the Boat. And I just remember being a little girl, and I just remember hearing one of my favorite singers was like dead. Like, I don't know like how to explain it. I just know that I was so sad. I remember sitting in front of my TV and, you know, like when you watch the news and stuff like that, and they just talk about like investigations, like what happened, and, you know, seeing images of like the plane like crumbled into like debris and stuff, like, and it just made me so sad. I remember crying, and I always said that if it wasn't for Aaliyah, I would not love music the way that I love. I don't know if my second grade teacher is watching this. Hey, Miss McLaurin. But in second grade, she started like a dance group called the Baby Girl Dancers. I can't dance to save my life right now, but we was cute back then. But, you know, she started the Baby Girl Dancers. We used to always dance to like Aaliyah's music, and I remember saying, hey, I want to be a singer. I can't sing, but, you know, just, you know, Aaliyah as an artist, it made me like pay attention. It made me interested in music, made me pay attention and stuff like that. And then her, like, I just felt like she was such a staple to this industry, and she was loved by so many people, and she is always paid homage. So I mean, I guess this is like a short beat or whatever, but of course I had to bring light to the 14th anniversary of her passing. So yeah, so of course I didn't make a post about it because I knew that I wanted to talk about it in this video. So once again, rest in peace to Aaliyah, one of the greatest voices. Just, I've never met her in person obviously, but just by the way she carried herself publicly and whatever interview she did, whatever, you just could tell that she was such like a peaceful, nice, like real person, like a real angel on earth. So yeah, once again, rest in peace to her. 14 years, you know, and it's not a year that doesn't go by that she is not missed, not, I'm sure, by her like her close friends and family, but as well as by her fans. Yeah, so let me just kind of brighten things up, and we are going to move on to our fourth beat of this week. And I don't know if this is kind of brightening things up, but you know, it's kind of, you know, bringing it back to 2015. So Chris Brown got people tight this week, and for once I feel like Chris is not in the wrong. It's not for once, but you know, Chris ain't, you know, Chris is grown. He could do what he want to do. So apparently a lot of people got mad this week because Chris Brown revealed that he shaved his head and got his tattoo on the back of it. So a lot of people was like, oh my gosh, Chris Brown is so stupid, like what is wrong with him, he looked dumb. And that was just the first one. Then he came back and he had another part added to the tattoo, and he had, when he tweeted the full picture of the head tattoo, he tweeted and he said to everybody, he said, I do what the fuck I want. He said, hashtag rockstar, hashtag 500, hashtag one hell of a night, hashtag legendary nights. Now me personally, Chris Brown, he got tattoos all over the place. So him tattooing his head, I mean, what are you gonna tat? I'd rather him tat his head before he tat his face, okay? Now, if Birdman could sit here and walk around with a big ass star on the top of his bald head, now Chris, that hair is gonna grow back over that tattoo. That's number one. Number two, like I said, he grown. He could do what he want. And let's not act like he doesn't have like nice art on him. There's people out here with tattoos in places they ain't got no business having tattoos, and they look dumb, and they tattoos be looking like jail tattoos. At least he has the audacity to have a tattoo artist that's a real art, like real artist, that his tattoos look like art. So why are you guys so caught up on the fact that Chris Brown tattoos his head? It's not your head. You did not pay for the tattoo. Like, why do you even care? And so Chris Brown made a post as far as like explaining what the tattoo meant. So one side of the tattoo, which is the left side, is Goddess of Love in Greek, and he put it on the left side so it could be with his heart, with his daughter. You know, royalty is his heart, his daughter. And then the other one, which is the bull, represents the Taurus because he's a Taurus, basically. Long story short, bam, that's how that go. So yeah, but my thing about it is we should not be focusing on what Chris Brown tattoo on his head, because that has nothing to do with us. Because other than that, today, or this week I should say, Chris Brown, he was honored for being in the industry for 10 years. Like, come on, like 10 years is really went by that fast. I feel old, but yeah. So he's been honored for his, you know, contributions for the past 10 years. And those contributions include 10 million albums sold worldwide, 60 million singles sold worldwide, 3.5 billion YouTube views, 2.3 billion audio streams worldwide, 1 Grammy Award, Best R&B Album for Fame, 14 BET Awards, and 31 nominations in total, 1 #1 rhythm radio airplay artist of 2012 and 2014, and 19 #1 hits. So that's something we need to worry about. Let's not put our energy in worrying about what Chris Brown's tattoo in his head. But we need to be acknowledging him and congratulating him for the success that he has had for over 10 years. Throughout all the BS that he's been through, or the BS that he caused upon himself, because we're not going to sit here and act like, you know, everyone. He like, some part is the media fault, but Chris Brown did some of the stuff that he did to himself. But at the end of the day, he's still one of the most talented artists that we have in this generation, and we cannot take that away from him, whether it's vocally, whether his dance move, whether his creativity. He's like, what, a certified painter. Like, he's just dope overall. So congratulations to Chris Brown for his 10 years and all his accomplishments. Your tattoo is cool, it's cute, whatever. You grown man, you know, it really did not affect me that much. So yeah. So moving on to my last beat of this week, I have to talk about 50 Cent and French Montana with this whole Effen Vodka going back and forth. So we all know that 50 Cent, he has like his whole little, you know, liquor venture. So he has his Effen Vodka that he's been promoting. So in his promotion scandal thing that he's been doing for the past couple of months, when he talks about Effen Vodka, he has to come for like the most known, well-known vodka, which is Ciroc. So he's been down this Ciroc left and right for the last couple of months, and it's been funny. So now a new person has been drugged into this whole Effen Vodka versus Ciroc situation, which is French Montana. So before I get into anything else further, I do want to show you this you guys this video. So check it out.
My man's here. He came by. Shout out to Effen Vodka. That shit kind of watered down, but I love it. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about your bullshit. What the fuck is this? Yo, I just seen a clip of French Montana throwing bottles of Effen in the garbage. You know, Puffy called him like, you said you fucking like this shit. You fucking bitch, you want your record out, don't you? You fucking dummy. You fucking playing. They fucking putting us out of business, you fucking asshole. You better do something.
Like, to me, everything about that is just so funny. And then when 50 Cent was talking, I was like, yo, like, how does he even come up with these voices? Like, I don't understand it. Like, it's just so funny. He forever keeps me entertained. Like, if there's one person you need to follow on Instagram, you have to follow 50 Cent, because he always comes up with some type of BS. So after like that whole little spat thing with the whole videos back and forth between that whole Effen Vodka and stuff, you know, 50 had to keep on going, so he started, you know, posting memes and stuff. So he posted the meme with French Montana's picture, and he said, when you realize Effen Vodka tastes better than Ciroc, but you Diddy's bitch. And then he posted another one where he sat there and he said, when the whole club drinking Effen Vodka, but you notice the ugly girl drinking Ciroc. And then the other one was, oh my gosh, with this one, it was a picture with the homeless guy, and the caption for that was, me and Puff sat and kicked it today. He said, 50, I'm getting too old for this shit. He said, I know. Like, 50, he has no chill button. And then a lot of people thought that was like really serious, because when French got involved with the whole situation, you know, 50 Cent and French Montana actually had like real life beef. So a lot of people thought that at a certain point in time that it went from, you know, being all fun and games as 50 is trying to, like, you know, promote his vodka, and they thought it was really something serious. And actually this week, French Montana, he's been doing like radio interviews. So I saw his interview at both Power 105.1, Breakfast Club of course, and High 97, Ebro in the Morning, and he was saying, like, you know, this is, you know, all part of 50's like game plan. Like, he knows how to promote, he knows how to strategize, and, you know, get people talking about his brand and his product. He was like that. Him and 50, they kind of like became a little bit cool and stuff like that. Like, they're not best friends, but they have respect for each other, and they have like some type of coolness. So he said, you know, it's nothing really serious and stuff, you know, they're just playing. So I thought it was, you know, a little humor for the week. You know, everybody was talking about it and reposting the videos, and it's just like 50 come for everybody. So I mean, I haven't tried Effen Vodka yet, you know. Ciroc does me nice every once in a while if I have it straight. but we're not talking about the stuff that I drink. So yeah, but those are my 5 hot beats of this week. So yeah. Okay guys, so of course you know I have to end this video by thank you for tuning into this week's video, and also remind you guys to comment on my videos, like my videos, subscribe to my channel, and share my videos with others. It would greatly be appreciated. I only have one quick note to leave you guys with this week, and that's just a reminder that this weekend, actually tomorrow, the VMAs will be coming on MTV at 8 p.m. and it is hosted by Miley Cyrus this year. And speaking of the VMAs, conveniently, if you guys have been watching When the Beat Drops from the very beginning, then you guys should know that it is officially 1 year since I started When the Beat Drops. The intro was different, so you guys should definitely knew something was up, I guess. So yeah, it's been 1 year since I started When the Beat Drops. The very first video of When the Beat Drops was posted on August 30th, 2014. And the very first beat that I talked about was the 2014 VMAs, and here we are 1 year later. This year went by so fast, and I just want to thank everybody who's been supporting me, tuning into When the Beat Drops, the few people who's like sharing it on social media platforms, people who've coming up to me and was like commenting and just letting me know I love what you're doing, just keep it up. I don't know where this next year is going to take me, but I hope it just takes me further than I can even imagine right now. So once again, thank you so much to everybody. I really appreciate it. Like, you guys really do not understand how important this is to me. And of course, before I end this video, I have to, you know, give you the song of the week. You know, it ends no other way. So I decided that my song of the week for this week is going to be Drake's song Hotline Bling. Now, it's not relatively new. It's been out for a couple of weeks, but you know, when it kind of released, it was kind of overshadowed by like the whole Meek and Drake, you know, beef, this kind of thing. But I just keep hearing it on the radio, and every time I'm driving, I'm singing to it, and I'm just like, this has not been a song of the week yet. So I feel like, why not make it up the song of the week for this week? So yes, be sure to check it out. I'll probably link it below if you guys have not heard this song yet. And also be sure to head over to my blog at www.jade-ashley94.blogspot.com. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you guys next week. So bye. Hey guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to share and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.